While football is known as a popular sport, polo, the game of kings, tennis is known as a sport for gentlemen and gentlewomen.
Gentle.
Yes. I know you're a gentleman.
There's nothing gentle about tennis. So tennis is
no,
war.
like if you look at the fans, like just clap. When
People are always booing.
No, they are not always booing.
They're always at war.
They're not always at war. You just calm. Unlike how we say about the stadium where you see all those, but tennis you just see them calmly. When the person gives a good backhand and you just like ooh.
Calmly boo people. If the crowd does not like you, problem.
Yeah, you always need that energy from the crowd. So
yeah,
I know you follow tennis, and just like myself, what really drew you to tennis? Who are those stars like? Who do you want to mention?
Nah. It wasn't Nadal.
Okay.
I was already, checking for tennis before him. I think it was probably Andrea Agassi.
Those Pete
Sampras, yes. Those were the people that kind of got my attention, back in the day. And, from then I started to just get a little interested in the sport and everything. And then when Nadal came through, I mean, Federer was there, but I didn't really send Federer like that. But when
How
Nadal,
did you send Federer?
I knew that it wasn't going to be my goat.
Okay.
I knew. But when Nadal came through, everything it's just always been about Rafa, to be honest.
Well, saying you love Rafa, I think tennis world in its entirety loves Rafa, but him being your goat is a man that just dominated one.
What do you mean one?
Yes, now his Grand Slam title, I think 13 or 14 is just the French Open. So.
What do you mean? It's not. How many does he have? It's not 22.
Yeah, he has 22. You have 14, just one court.
So let someone else go and win.
Yeah, but he's the most dominant for
a particular
court. And
you know what it takes to keep beating everybody in the same venue every time.
If there's anything, if we're talking about that, let's not forget that Novak has done it 10 times winner in Australian Open. You talk about Wimbledon, Roger Federer is the highest time, 8 wins. Novak could have recorded that, but then Carlos Alcaraz came. Talking about Carlos Alcaraz, we saw the just completed Paris Olympics where he was the losing final.
Sadly. But he tried. It was a good effort.
Yeah.
It was a good effort. But I mean, I guess it was just Djokovic's time. Novak has always wanted that one. That's the one thing that he had been wanting to add. And he has added it, and it makes no difference for me. So, yeah.
No, if talking about making no difference, before we started out, Novak looks like to be like the new GOAT, because if you're talking about the most successful tennis male player, male in the Open era, Novak hits everybody hands down.
If Novak likes it, he should win 100. We'll tell him, nice one, clap for him. But the GOAT debate is not only about the numbers, right? Yes, someone can have more than the other person, but the greatness is what is established, and after that, it now comes down to the emotional.
And that's where I feel people are being unfair to Novak. Novak came into that spotlight when Rafa and then you have Roger, they've already shared the fan base.
Yes.
So Novak now had to pick
Sorry
up
for
the
him.
crumbs and
Sorry for him, but it's just what it is.
Yeah, but
I don't think that people have the same emotional connection to Djokovic as Federer and Nadal.
Definitely, but there's anything
general
that Novak has shown to have this emotional support from the crowd is always in the Australian Open.
Yeah,
that's so much. Talk about the different GOATs that we've mentioned. Roger Federer retired, has 20 Grand Slams to his name. Rafael Nadal, now 22. Novak has done it. He caught that of Maria Court's 24 Grand Slam titles. So while we're talking about the GOATs, let's look at the future prospects. So for the male, tell me, who are you?
Alcaraz.
Apart from Alcaraz,
it's going everything that you are saying Djokovic is doing now, and we are hailing him for. I just want to know, by the time Alcaraz is done and he has 28, are we going to agree that it's the GOAT?
No, that's what this GOAT battle always come from different generations. So let's talk about our generation.
Here we go.
Let's talk about our generation, because Alcaraz only has 4, so we can't start calling him. But
he already has a lot. That's already a lot.
No, when you say a lot, I think yes, for his age and
for his age,
other gems that did not bloom. The types of Dominic Thiem that never got to his plans, and Tsitsipas, Stefanos Tsitsipas, even for Daniel Medvedev, I think he just has this bad luck. You get
Nearly
to find
man.
but he has one. At least he has one.
At least he
Out
has
of
one.
those, I don't even remember when you had that next gen.
Yeah.
That
The person I really had, like, I really liked and I had big hopes for was Del Potro.
Yeah,
But
and he denied Djokovic.
Djokovic, yes, I remember that. I remember that game.
But before we run out, I want to just give kudos to one goat, Sir Andy Murray. Murray would have been a fantastic tennis player if not for injuries, I tell you. But for the ladies, my goat will always be Serena Williams, though. Like, nothing beats Serena,
No,
even
Serena
if she's not.
But funny enough, I always preferred Venus from the start. Venus was always my person, and of course Serena now like scattered everywhere. I mean, a lot of respect for Serena, to be honest.
Yeah.
One person I also liked back then was Justin Nadine.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
Give me a reason. You have.
I just had a connection with her, and there was this Australian I used to like. I've forgotten her name. It's been a long. Did she win? I think she won one. I'm trying. That's why it's so hard.
It's like Emma
to
Raducanu winning one Grand Slam, and
it's been
in
a long
years
time.
time to come, we might just forget.
But there was also
British
Kim
people.
Clijsters, who I never liked Sharapova anyway. So there's that. But yeah, I think that we've seen so many great tennis players over the years, and one thing about the female tennis players is that the tennis game generally is that it's more competitive and it's a lot more unpredictable.
You need to have a good endurance level, and then your mental strength has to be at it.
Yeah,
because that's one thing I love Djokovic for. Djokovic
yeah, that's
never
something
been
that
the fans' favorite.
I won't lie to you.
Won games sipping from the negativity of fans.
Of fans, yeah. No, Djokovic.
You boo him.
Djokovic's mental is
so,
something that I've never ever seen.
I don't know any tennis player.
I can't forget there was this US Open final. I think it was against Roger Federer.
Yes, Roger. The last time.
He just kept saving match points.
And if he's serving, you're in a big problem.
Yeah, and he won that. It's just.
But going into the future, though, for me, I look at the WTA, and I'm really happy we have Aniga Swiatek there, who is current world number one. We've seen what she's been able to do. First Olympic, she's getting a bronze medal, and she's already leading up. She's not, I think we call her the queen of clay. We've seen what she's been able to do. Also, the other person, I think Arina Zabalenka too, has been quite great.
Yeah.
One new lady that is sort of bringing that new love to fans is Jasmine Paolini, the Italian who lost in the finals of the Wimbledon, and it's looking quite well. You talk about.
But I want to ask, what does the future hold for someone like Coco Gauff?
The future is bright. The future is bright for Coco because she's already a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
And we know she got, when you hear Coco Gauff, it feels like she's elderly, but she got into the spotlight.
At
You know what she
16?
did to Venus Williams, like that was how she popped out in 2017.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been a gradual projection on her time. She was even the US flag bearer at the Olympics. So it shows, I think at some point, that was what made her to have too much emotion, because come on, it's tennis. Stop complaining to the umpire, because when you keep complaining, you are losing out. You are letting your
emotions.
Opponents feed on your emotion and use that to win against you. But I think for that's for Coco Gauff. Coco is going to win Grand Slams. Maybe not as much as Serena, as people are saying, but I know she'll be one of that dominant factor. We are not seeing Naomi Osaka again in the big scene. So that's why sometimes I need to know women. I think our physiology sometimes will not do us a good favor.
Well, that is why we need to appreciate someone like Serena.
Yes,
that longevity.
And that's why she did not break. That's why
crazy.
Novak was able to get that Margaret Court's record ahead of her.
Yeah, ahead of her because
she already had 23 Grand Slam titles.
But she couldn't get
and
that
she
last
got to
one.
3 finals and
she kept losing.
It's painful, but she's still our good stuff. She's still good.
But Venus is my good, sure.
No problem. So, talking about tennis, Nigerians, they don't. Yes, we might say we follow it, but how many talents we have? What have we seen? So, why should people really follow it, just as we are doing so?
Well,
especially in a betting perspective, you know, we're here to make people rich.
True. I think that there are some very underrated markets. The thing with tennis betting is that if you do live betting, you can actually make a lot of money. but you need to do enough research, and you need to be watching the game and seeing what, like, if you're watching a Djokovic game and Djokovic is down 2 sets, that's an opportunity.
Don't do that with Djokovic.
That's an opportunity.
If there's any player that comes back from
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
if it's
like
2 sets down, that's an opportunity.
Okay.
Just run and put your money on Djokovic, because more often than not, he's going to come back. It just that his resilience. That's so, like, just looking at the trends and everything. There's a lot of money that can be made from tennis.
The good thing about it is that yes, they'll tell you that rankings don't win you games, but in tennis, rankings could help
at
you.
Least on the male side.
Especially on the male side.
The female side, there are a lot of upsets.
Yeah, upsets happen apart from few names like.
Which is also an opportunity in itself, because if someone that has 4 odds to win, you look at it, you can take a chance sometimes if you are seeing a trend with that person, that okay, this person is getting better at this or that. You can put your money on the person and you'll be surprised the person will be someone with 1.2
one thing about the male, especially in the ATP, where you see the top 10, they will usually get to the 4th round or the quarters. So you at the early rounds you can
make some nice.
It might backfire on the body.
And you can do even like the number of points.
Yes, to win.
And all that. So I mean, there are opportunities there in terms of betting, but also I mean, if you even want to get to tennis, first thing to do is also to just go watch a tennis game in Nigeria. They actually, I've been to tournaments, tennis tournaments like that, and I was just in awe of what I was seeing. Like pretty good players, and top players like Barakat Quadri, who I'm a big fan of. Although I've not followed her progress in a while, but so just get into it. I think tennis is a very interesting sport. You'll be surprised.
As a lady, it's one that you could look into, because in tennis, men and female tennis players are paid equally. So come on, there's no disparity in pay. So if you have a younger one, you could just look into that and know that she'll make money for the family. But I'm just letting you know that betting experts would be giving a lot of tennis sections for you to follow us, understand the game, and also make quick cash with money you can afford to lose. I and Cerebroné will keep doing justice to that, right? I will
try to help you, guide you, and just teach you things you need to know if you really want to get into it.
And very soon we're having the US Open, so you can be looking at that. There are other ATP tournaments going. Use that and just learn how to follow the market. But while you're following the market, make sure you're still following betting experts. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow every videos we have for you. Until then, ciao. I stole your closing remark.